not that close with my... Okay, FBI. Sure. All right. Got it. Okay.
CIA,
was very shocked.
FBI.
Yeah. Where was I? I was saying, right?
You were one of their Chinese.
Yeah. I'm not that close with my Chinese family because, you know, I'm a comedian. So the last thing I want is my Chinese family to judge me. Right? So yeah, not only that, but I'm turning 44 this year. Last year, actually, I will be 45. And you know that 4 in Chinese means death. So I'm fucked, right? Because I'm 44. So hello, my name is Reggy and I'm 38 years old.
44 is double fuck.
Exactly. I'm 44. That's like, what the fuck? So yes, I'm 38, just to be safe. But like what Diana said, it's true that I live in Bali, which is some say it's the holiday capital of Indonesia, but because all white people go to vacationing in Bali, now it becomes the STD capital of Southeast Asia. All right, we're competing with Bangkok, or who can actually give herpes more.
Yeah.
Here's how crazy it is in here, because traffic jam is everywhere, right? And the fastest mode of transportation is by scooters, motorbikes. And now we have like white people are driving scooters, which is the worst thing that ever happened on this country. All right, because Aussies, for example, are the worst species of humankind. All right, because I've seen 2 Aussie girls on a scooter just driving through red light, right? And of course, the police was there, said he blew the whistle and asking these 2 girls to pull over. You know what they did? The girl on the back seat flashed her tits, and then they just fuck off, right? Laughing and oi-ing all the way. Right? Look, you don't do that to the Indonesian police because you know what's happened next, right? The next day, the same street is full with police.
Everyone
They were like, Australia. What? America to titty. Get out of here.
Sounds like an Indian.
What? Russia. We have to pay to see your titty. Get out of here. So yeah, Australians are the worst. But here's the thing though, because I'm not a native of this holiday island of Bali. I'm actually from Jakarta, the capital city of Indonesia. But I moved to Bali because with my girlfriend, she's over there. All right. Hi. Okay. We moved to Bali because we think that the capital city is too conservative. Because, you know, we consider ourselves as a modern couple. Yeah, we've been living in an open relationship. Yeah, we've had threesome, swings. We had those. So in Jakarta, they call us wild couple. They call us liberal couple. But now that I'm in Bali, we're just a regular couple. Right? Because I had to brag with my Russian friend. I've done 3 songs, and he's like, only 3. What's You're very conservative, yes? Old school. I was like, fuck. No, after staying in Bali, because I thought it's gonna be interesting, it's like adventurous. After 2 years, it becomes repetitious. Yeah, because using Tinder after 2 years in here is like strange, because now when I open Tinder, it's like I've done her. Oh, she's actually a boy, but I've done her. It's interesting. Right? People are having sex in Bali. That's why part of the reason why they're coming to Bali. That's why, right, finding normal sex in Bali is difficult. For example, right, the idea of sex is romantic, like sex on the beach. Ooh, that sounds adventurous. Sounds romantic. Let's do it, right? We tried to do sex on the beach. You know what we had to do? We had to wait until the spot because the beach was full of people trying to have sex. Okay. Now, after we get a spot, even going to the spot, we have to go through people having sex. We were like, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me. Oh, hi, Jeff. Hi, Susan. Good to see you. Hi, how are you? Ah, okay, yeah. See you tomorrow at church. Goodbye. There you go. Right? It's like interesting in here. Now, I also perform comedy regularly in Bali. Even hosting comedy show in here is strange because I've had those people watching my show. One time, I asked the audience, especially the ladies. I asked the female audience, ladies, if you ever get a dick pic, would you consider that as a compliment or as a harassment? And most of them say compliment. Some say harassment. One girl sitting in front, she says, depends on the dick. She says, if the dick is charming, it might not be harassment. And I was like, if the dick is charming? I mean, what's a charming dick anyway? How can the dick be charming? I would imagine a charming dick would be a complete gentleman, right? Wearing a bow tie and a top hat, yeah, doing a full 90-20 full swing. Yeah. And if you send a dick pic, he will go like, hello, my baby, hello, my honey, hello, my ragtag cow. That's a charming dick right there. Only in Bali we got a charming dick. Now, now what am I gonna say about Bali? Oh yeah, about my girlfriend. Now that we live in Bali, we try to adjust with the people here. Okay. Because I always use her as my jokes. And of course, after every show, because people know her as my girlfriend, and I make joke about her, you know what she gets? She gets dick pics. Actually, she gets more dick pics than I get dick pics. Now, since we are, like I said, we are a very liberal couple, modern couple, our favorite pastime now is to review the dick pics that we got together. Okay. One time she said to me, Reg, here. Look at this dick. It's bent a bit to the left. So we all know the owner is right-handed. If you laugh, you know. Okay, look at Cheryl. She knows. There you go. Right? Andrew as well. This guy knows. Sandy is like, what? Oh, what's going on? I don't understand. What's going on? Garke like, oh. All right. Specific jokes right there. But, and then she showed me, Reg, look at this one. This dick is not bad, but the owner is nothing more than a struggling artist. And I was like, that's my dick. And she said, I know. That's my time, y'all. Thank you very much. Thank you, host, Diana.
That was Reggie cementing the fact that I am definitely from the Yes Man movement. Like, I do not
Same
get
here.
that kind of pics from guys. All I got was, you have 200 ringgit worth of unpaid tax from the IRS. And I was like, then I replied, no, I don't. And they're like, yes, ma'am, you do. Yeah, speaking of conservative, yeah, since I'm a hijabi, I've been labeled conservative a lot, especially when I was studying in the UK, and they were like, you're so conservative. I was like, but I listen to K-pop. Yeah, but you don't like to go clubbing. I was like, of course I don't like to go clubbing because I hate EDM with a passion and my ears hurts all the time. So I'd rather sit in a cafe sipping my Starbucks, okay, and listening to lo-fi because being a lawyer stresses you out. And so the only clubbing I've ever done was going to a comedy club, telling jokes or
That's
watching
the
a
best
show.
clubbing.
it is the best clubbing ever because at least you get to laugh and sit and eat food peacefully.
Mhm.
So yeah, now from Indonesia we're going to Malaysia, specifically Cebu, Sarawak. Give it
Sarawak.
up for Jay.
Woo!
Thank you very much. This is my first time doing this, and I'm really nervous. And but yeah, this is one of the things I really love to do, and that is why I love technology. Who doesn't, right?
Woohoo.
I mean, it is very convenient, and it makes life easier for everybody. It is because of technology I'm here trying this comedy show for the first time, so it is simple to use. But sometimes technology can be too simple that I don't understand the simplest instruction. Like seriously, when I went to China many years ago, China is one of the most technological advanced country in the world. I only knew that when I went to China, and I was amazed by how advanced it was. And I went to China because it was a working trip. It was a 10-day working trip. Everything was sponsored. And I got to stay at a 5-star hotel. And I was so amazed when I went to the hotel. I was so amazed by the technology there because we didn't have it in Malaysia. And we certainly didn't have it in Sarawak. And we don't have it in Sarawak. They literally have buttons for everything. Like they have buttons and switches for the beds, they have switch for the curtains, and they even have buttons to switch the television volume from your bedroom to your bathroom. And I was like, what's the use of it? Because there's no television screen in the bathroom. I would not watch a television without a television. So I thought that was a waste of time. But I thought it was amazing because they have buttons for everything except the two lights. No, the two lamps on both sides of my bed. They have a lamp and there's a rod, and the rod was actually attached to the wall. And they did not have, there was no button for that, but the lights were lit. So I was really impressed by it until I wanted to go to bed because there was no button. I didn't know where the switch was. And I could always go to the reception, or I could always make a phone call to the reception to ask where's the button. But because I have, communication language barrier, I didn't really speak Chinese at first. Now I speak a little bit of Chinese, but I didn't really speak a bit of Chinese. I didn't want to embarrass myself. So I decided to go and look for the buttons myself. I actually spent the whole 1 hour, the entire hour, switching on and off the lights in the room and the curtains. And I felt it never dawned on me that the people outside could actually watching it. What's wrong with that room? Because that room, for 1 hour, the light was switching on and off. And I did it for 1 hour. And I was so frustrated that I actually sat down on the bed and I accidentally touched the rod of that lamp. And that lamp went off.
Damn.
The lamp turned off. And I thought, what did I do? So I touched it again and it turned back on. And I touched it again and it off again. And then I saw there's a sticker there's a sticker on that rod, which I saw it the first time I came in, but I didn't understand what it was. I didn't understand what it means. It says, touch here. I thought touch screen was only for computer. It wasn't meant for the lamp. So that was my first experience at the technology thing in China. Then of course, so it needs a little bit of getting used to when I went to China, but not just in technology, but also in China, they use pure Chinese. As I said, I speak Chinese, but I wasn't very fluent. And in Malaysia, we mix languages, right? In Malaysia, there's a term for people like me. People call me banana. And the reason why they call me banana, if you don't know what it means that the banana peel is yellow, so which means I'm Chinese, but inside I'm actually white. I'm a foreigner. So if I go to China, if I go to mainland, you put me in the mainland, I'm a foreigner. And when I first went to China, I forgot that China, they have different power socket. And I didn't bring my universal adapter there. And I told my friend I needed that adapter because I need to charge my phone. And my friend said I could always go to the counter and ask for one. So I did. And I brought my charger with me. And I talked to one of the ladies, and the ladies was really helpful. And I brought my charger just in case I needed some illustration. So I show my charger, and I told them I wanted that adapter. The lady actually took my charger and he started to look at my charger, inspecting my charger as if something wrong with the charger. And then a few seconds later, she asked her colleagues to come, and together they inspect that charger. As if there's something wrong with the charger. They're trying to figure out and try to diagnose what is wrong with the charger. And I told them, there's nothing wrong with the charger. I just need that thing, and I just need that adapter to charge my phone. It took me like 15 minutes for them to understand what I wanted. So yes, as a banana, it is hard to explain things in Chinese because sometimes people get it wrong. But what if when a banana trying to explain some Chinese meaning to another banana? You get two bananas, they will get into trouble. Because in Malaysia, a Chinese meaning could have different English translation. In my place, the population in my place are majority Chinese, actually. And surprisingly, I don't really speak Chinese. And people are really do not understand what I don't really speak Chinese. But yeah, I don't really speak Chinese. But in my place, sometimes they use English translation for Chinese, and sometimes they use the exact Chinese word, which means they direct translate in English, right? So I work as a journalist. So I covered a lot of things. And one day my boss is just a banana as well, but he's very confident that he has very good English. And he assigned me to cover a funeral service at the church one day. And the funeral started at 9 a.m. I went to the church and arrived at the church at 8:55 a.m. But when I arrived at the church, it was a wedding. And I thought, it's a wedding, so where's the funeral? So I called my boss. Hello, boss, I'm here in front of this church, but it is a wedding. So I asked whether are you sure you send me to the right place? And he said, yes, that's what it says in Chinese. And I said, but it is a wedding. Then I need to get some clarification. And then I got the most ridiculous thing. I heard the most ridiculous thing ever in my life. He said, why don't you ask them when is a funeral? And I said, it is a wedding. There's no way that I could do that. So when you have something that, so apparently the name of that church, they have two different names, but in Chinese, they're one, they use the same name. So he sent me to the wrong church, actually. So yeah, so that's all for me. Thank you very much.
That was Jane trying out stand up for the very first time.
Oh, wow.
And we hope there will be more opportunities for Jane to do more stand-up comedy. And you know, Jane, your experience in China reminded me a lot about my experience and my family's experience in Turkey. Okay, because we don't really speak Turkish. We only know two words, merhaba and teşekkürler. Okay, merhaba means hello, teşekkürler means thank you. So what we did was we took our phones, opened the app called Google Translate, and type it in English and translate in Turkish, and we just pass it to the person that we're talking to, and they will type it again and they'll pass it to us back. So that's how we communicate. I think you can try that also. Google Translate, blah, blah, okay, and pass it around.
Hey, nowadays you can speak in it, you know. Speak.
Yeah, but it's like, nah. So, yeah, so it's good to learn a language, at least a few words. But then again, when you start speaking it, they will reply it to you in that language, and you'll be like, yeah. So, up next, I'm not sure if he's new, but since I'm hosting, I saw his name for the very first time, so I'm not sure if he's a first timer, but give it up for Asep.
Hello,
This is the
everyone.
last time.
Hi. Hello, my name is Asep, but you can call me handsome. Yeah. You know, my mom used to call me handsome when I was a kid, but she never called me smart. I don't know why. She told me, Asep, never try to be smart. Just try to look less stupid. So happy New Year's for everyone. 2023 is a great start for me. You know, I live in Bali now. Yeah, Bali.
Woohoo!
And Bali is a great place, you know. Like last week, I met this girl in a lobby. You know, in the afternoon, we talk and we chat and we get to know each other. And at the same night, we already slept in the same room on the same bed. How about that? Bali, man. By the same room, I mean same hostel room. And by the same bed, I mean same bunk bed. But it's okay because at least now I can say that she liked to be on the top of me and I feel very comfortable lying down under her. Yeah, that's a win. And staying at hostel is a mind-opening too for me, you know, because there I see a lot of white people. Yeah, apparently white people can be poor too. You know? And you know, there are many kinds of hostel in Bali. There's this hostel for startup people called Startup House, and there is also hostel for party people in Canggu called STD Clinic. And there's also a hostel for drunk Australian called Denpasar Prison. And there are things that you cannot do in hostel. For example, you cannot fart. I mean, you cannot fart inside the dorm room, because people will remember your smell rather than your name. And do not have sex inside the dorm room or the hostel, unless you're inviting, But actually, for me, hostel is a place for a guy or a single that they are really sure deep in their heart that they have zero chance to get laid in Bali. Yeah, hostel is good for people like me. I have no chance to get laid, I think. So, Happy New Year's, Happy Chinese New Year's for my Chinese friends. Chinese rule the world, they have biggest military in the world, then biggest population, technology, and they also have a huge economy, They are ruling the world. And I think Chinese is the real Illuminati. Yeah. You know the symbol of Illuminati? One eye, right? That's Chinese eyes, Half plus half equals one.
God.
Oh, that's a good one.
And Gongsi Pachai mean hope you get rich, yeah. Uh, not happy Chinese New Year's. It's okay because last month a Christian also say Merry Christmas rather than Happy Birthday Jesus, yeah. But yeah, I don't understand why they say Merry Christmas rather than Happy Birthday Jesus. Isn't it easier if you say it birthday, right? Because at birthday you only have to prepare birthday cake rather than chicken turkey or something. And at a birthday you only have to blow. Sorry, at the birthday you only have to cut that cake rather than cutting a Christmas tree. And at birthday you only have to blow a candle rather than having someone to blow himself at your church. Is it too much? No worry, I'm Muslim, but I love Christian, I love Christian and I love Christmas too. Even, last Christmas, I got invited to perform at Christmas party, even though I got confused because I'm a Muslim, I don't have many materials about Christmas. And, it's hard to make new jokes, right? Especially for unpaid show. And I love Christmas because there are a lot of great entertainment during Christmas, in television, in movies, in internet, I even saw Santa Claus on website, I mean, America have make a huge effort to create great entertainment for the world to celebrate Christmas. Unlike Eid days or Eid Mubarak days, it's a Christmas for a Muslim only without present. I never see our Saudi Arabia make movies or concert or anything to celebrate Eid days, Come on, they are rich, right? Arabic country, they are rich. They managed to host World Cup. Now if they even can buy Cristiano Ronaldo ego. Why can you make a movie, for example, like Never Home Alone? Yes, because how come you be alone? You have 4 wives.
Hi!
Never alone, right? And yeah, I love Christmas and I love Santa Claus. Santa Claus, uh, if he wear white clothes, not red one, with his beard, I mean, he will looks like Islamic preacher, right? Or yeah, or even he will look like jihadis, Can you can you imagine white clothed Santa with his bag entering your church? You know, I bet the security guard will stop him before he entered the church and ask him, "Why you wear white clothes?" And the white clothed Santa will reply, "Don't worry, this will get red inside."
Waduh.
Okay. If that's too much, I will delete this joke if it's too much. Uh, yeah, better to stop that kind of joke, yeah, because I don't want to have that threat, in the near future, because I already have one. It's called being poor. Let's try to talk another else like love, for example. Yes, love. I'm a single. I know it's not hard for you to believe that I'm a single, but I have love story too. Yes, only two. 13 years ago, I met this girl in open mic session in Jakarta. I was performing and I was bombing. I was not funny, and I blame it to her because I cannot focus my stand up. She is so attractive. I cannot take away my eyes from her breast. I mean face. She is so beautiful. She has Scarlett Johansson's boobs. I mean looks. I really want to know her. I really want to know her. I want to introduce myself to her, but I'm a shy guy. I have no guts to introduce myself to her. I even take salt or alcohol to gain my confidence, but it didn't work. So I went to the toilet. I practice my pickup line in front of the mirror, and when I feel ready, I get out from the toilet and I saw her on the corner of the bar, and I come to her, and before I can talk anything, she told me, "Hey, I remember you." And I said, "Yes, she remember me. Thanks God." The guy that was not funny. And she said to me that, do you want to hang out? Yeah, I think that's the first time a girl said that to me. Do you want to hang out? And I said, yes, of course, but why? And she said, funny comedians are asshole. They're trying to become a playboy, and the not funny ones like you are safer. So let's hang out. So she gave me her phone number. It's a real number. Trust me, I know what fake number are because I received a lot of fake numbers already. Usually girls keep their phone number because they want me to join multi-level marketing or insurance. But she's so different. She wants me to join her art club, martial art club. She told me that martial art is good for my health and self-defense. We barely know each other, but she already care about my health and my safety. I almost cry. And then suddenly I become premium member of her uh, martial art club, and I pay a lot of money. And that's the time I really cry. Okay, I think that's all from me. Thank you very much.
Yay.
Yeah, that was Asep. Asep with, despite being single, he has a love story on the martial arts club. Because that's how love story works.
Yeah.
Guy meets girl, you guys join a mutual club or something, and then you guys fall in love during your practice session.
Yes.
And here's the thing, Asif. I know why the Arabs don't want to do an Eid movie,
Oh,
because they have friends who's been to Malaysia during Eid and they watch Eid tele movie, and all Malaysian Eid tele movies are very weird. They're different from Christmas movie, where their Christmas movie is all about Christmas miracles. And Eid movie is about family members dying in the most disturbing way.
Yeah.
Okay. Tele movie number 1. The mother was like, "Oh my God, I'm cooking rendang. Can't wait for my children to get back for Eid." And then there was a phone call. "Hello, ma'am. All 4 of your children died in an accident." And then there was one tele movie.
Astaghfirullah.
There's one tele movie where this guy caught his wife cheating with his neighbor. Okay, and his neighbor beat his wife up to death, and then they tried to kill the husband, and in the end, all of them died, including the children. You know what? If there was a debate that whether Die Hard is a Christmas movie or not, I am going to say this: Die Hard is an Eid movie because Alan Rickman's character died in the end. And okay, so that is the end of the debate once and for all. So without further ado, I hope she's ready. Give it up for your next performer, Asi.
Did you call out for me?
Yes, you're up.
Yeah, sorry, I was inside.
All right, no worries.
Replies open.
Okay. Here I go. Tell me, does any of you feel your neck is so warm?
Yeah. Yes.
I bet most of us wear turtlenecks to keep our necks warm. But why don't we leave the turtles alone? Let them keep their necks. Because there's something else that can keep your neck warm. A specific person constantly breathing down your neck, so you're always feeling warm. And you guess who's who?
Ooh.
Our moms.
That was a big laugh.
We can all admit that our moms loves to breathe down our necks for any specific reason. You're on your phone all day. Why? I'm dying. So why don't we leave the turtles alone, let them keep their necks, and let our moms keep our neck warms. 3-second rule, 3-second rule. And I don't mean dropping the food on the ground and pick it up before the 3 seconds. When our moms ask us something, they expect it to be done. Snap of a finger. Yeah, 3 seconds to pick up my stuff. Yeah, 3 seconds to do the errand for me. Why are you late? I called you 3 seconds ago. I mean, most people complain that each mother from different nationality are strict. Indian moms, Egyptian moms. Personally, I don't believe there are different moms. I mean, they all come shape and colors. So there are different types of moms, regardless of the nationality, always breathing down your neck. And they expect you to get things done in 3 seconds. Maybe in the next 5-10 years, it's going to be a 1-second rule. Imagine you're getting ready to go out, go to the mall, go to the movies, and then suddenly, where are you going? Where am I going? No, I told you. Hold it. You forgot something. Has your mother ever told you, take your sweater, take your jacket? Most of the time, regardless where you go, and regardless the weather, they're going to say, you forgot your jacket. It's 70 degrees Fahrenheit. But don't bother to argue with her. She's going to say that the ACs and the cinemas and the malls are too high, so you're going to need a jacket. In Egypt, we have this interesting catchphrase from my mom. When you're trying to look for something and you can't seem to find it. Mom, have you seen my book, purse? They would say it's in its location, kitchen, table. And when you tell her it's not there, they're going to say the magic word, If I got up and got it for you, what do I find it for you? In Egypt, whenever we lose something, a mother would come and she would say, it's right here. I can't find the remote. What if I get up and find it for you? I can't find my books. What if I got up and find it for you? And every time they miraculously find a book or anything for you, so like it's right there, right on the table, just like I told you. You're wondering, is it magic? Perhaps. I mean, we will never know how they managed to find our missing stuff. You look a bit skinny. Have you been eating? You look a little overweight. How many times do you eat? To a mother, no one is skinny good enough, and no one is fat enough. There's no perfect weight. When they find you a bit skinny, they're gonna set countless of foods on the table. Eat. You look skinny. You need to eat. And when they feel you're a bit overweight, Mom, where are my chocolates? From now on, you're going to eat healthy. Look at yourself. Nothing's good enough for them. Either you are too skinny or you're too fat. But you know what is the weirdest thing? When they become grandmothers. Growing up, seeing how strict mothers can be, always breathing down your neck. But the second they have grandchildren, they turn into a nice, lovely baby, so caring to their grandchildren, always baking them cookies, buying them toys, spoiling them, pampering them every single time. We don't get pampered like that. They would only save their pampering style to their grandbabies. I mean, why do they have to wait to become grandmothers to become so sweet and kind? I mean, is there like something that changed inside them the second they become grandmothers? I mean, why does this change happen when they hold their first child? Do they really have to wait to hold their first grandchild to feel what they're feeling? All in all, we love our moms. No one loves you like a mother. They will always love you. Make sure you have food on the table, roof over your head, and they'll make sure you stay warm. So let us all try not to take our mothers for granted and cherish her as long as she's around. Over to you.
Okay, you heard Asil. We must treasure our mother, you know. And yeah, mothers keep your neck warm by breathing under your neck. It's like, why are you still in your computer? When are you doing your homework? This is why you only get a B in math instead of an A. You know, I live in Malaysia where it's hot all the time. It's either hot or rainy. So instead of here, get your jacket. It's don't forget to bring umbrella. Don't forget to bring umbrella.
Yeah.
And if I go out with a boy, she will ask something extra. She will ask for the boy's CV. Like, I want to know how he looks like, who are his parents, where he's from, what he's currently studying, what he likes to do for fun. And I'm like, okay. Which is why I only finally managed to get a boyfriend at the age of 28. Because after you turn 25, your parents start to mellow down a bit. And since you're so used to strict parents, right? When they start to be a little bit less strict, your first thought was, I need to make a police report. I think aliens kidnapped my parents. These are not my parents. Ah! But they are my parents. So now we are going for this next performer who is claiming himself to be in Malacca right now, aka the historical city. You know, Bali is the holiday city. Malacca is the history city because that's where the history of Malaya, now Malaysia, originated from. So give it up for Narendra.
Yay!
Thank you, everyone. This is my first time, actually, though I've been observer for many times. Well, coming today for New Year resolutions. Oh, by the way, yes, I am from Malacca. I am in Malacca at the moment. Okay, so coming back to New Year resolution and our theme for today, I decided I'm finally going to have one New Year resolution. You know, coming into pre-retirement and staying home and working from home nowadays, it's something new to me. Working for the past 30 years, and the house is like a hotel, you know. It's like I don't need to do anything. Everything is done by itself. And I was thinking, what should I do? Yes, I'm going to take it to exercise 3 times a week. That's what I told my wife. And you know what? Before I wanted to embark it on the Roman New Year, thought Chinese New Year and Roman New Year has been so near. So why not I just wait for Chinese New Year? And I seem to celebrate Chinese New Year more. There's a lot of my Chinese friends around. So I waited, didn't do anything from Roman New Year to Chinese New Year. Then came Chinese New Year first day. It was a holiday, you know, and they gave us 2 days, plus there was school holiday. So I didn't see myself going to the gym downstairs. No way. So I told myself, no, let this holiday be spending time with one last child of mine that's still at home, a 10-year-old. So I didn't go and do any exercise. Many people told me that exercising is good for the body. I agree. Others tell me that exercising keeps the muscle running and warm and hot. I agree, somewhat agree. And then my wife tells me, exercising together every day will keep us until living happily ever after. That I disagreed. That no. I'm going to wait until after Chinese New Year season is over, which is 2 weeks with this Chap Comeng, which is about next week, another 6-7 days more for me to start my exercise. And then, so I decided, okay, there goes the exercise. Eating too much of sweet meats and Chinese New Year, no way. So I decided to have a backup resolution. I will cook at least once a week for the 3 of us, me, my wife, and my little one. And I'm supposed to start next week when Chap Comeng happens. But I came up with a menu this morning while having breakfast with her, with my wife, and said, okay, I'm going to make chicken curry, sea cucumber with braised mushroom, and pan toss cherry tomatoes with long beans. Okay, that's it. I did tell her this. And so I just extended the conversation by saying that, honey, I think Chinese New Year period, sea cucumber is going to be too expensive, or it's going to be hard to get because everybody's buying it. So can I just substitute the sea cucumber with home garden grown cucumbers? And boom, she said, you're not entering the kitchen. Don't you know what's a sea cucumber? You've been eating all these years. Don't enter my kitchen. So I said, okay, maybe cooking is a bad idea. Sea cucumber and home garden cucumbers are not the same. So still resolute. I must have another one, I said. I must have another one. So I decided, okay, I'm going to do my own laundry. You know, own laundry. My wife and my daughter will do on their own. I'll do on my own. So she said, oh, at least something. I would have more time to relax and more time to go for my evening walks and morning walks, blah, blah, blah. So I was happy that for once I was a good husband. And then I just told my wife something. Dear, when you go for your morning walk, don't forget to leave those tokens by the bedside so I can operate the washing machine. Then she looked at me. She took the broom and came after me. You don't even know how to use the washing machine? What tokens are you talking about? I said, the ones that you drop into the coin slot and the machine you press start, right? Another boom came. It chased me out of the wet kitchen. But you know what happened? I said, okay, never mind. Now that I know, I just need to press the start button and on the water for the washing machine. Can you at least leave the dollar notes there for me to put it into the dollar slots? Because I thought it's going to accept dollars. Then she said, don't enter the house. and just get out. You don't know any housework at all. So I told myself, okay, never mind. I'm not going to stay home. I'm going to go to a function at orphanage. There we give out ampaos, for all those unfortunate families, unfortunate children who are there alone. So when I went there, I saw Chinese boys and girls. I said, how come y'all are not here? Normally I see only Indians. How come you guys are there? So I said, okay, great. Before I give you ampao, I'm going to ask y'all a question. Now, first boy was asking, he was a 9-year-old boy. So asking, what would you like to be when you grow up? Now asking said, I like to be a doctor. Okay. Then Lee something like his name was. So what would you like to be when you grow up? He said, I want to be like Jack Ma. I said, wow, Jack Ma, I've asked you to tell me what job you want to make. You're in an orphanage. I don't know what is your level of, academic studies and all. You may be very smart, you may not be, but you want to be Jack Ma. No. Then I saw a Chinese girl. So I asked the Chinese girl, what do you want to be when you grow up? And don't give me the Jack Ma answer. No, I don't want that. I want to be his wife when I grow up. Okay, that was uncalled for. And I said, okay, fine, that's a very good ambition that you're having. I rest my case. So, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the last segment here of Chinese New Year, I'd just like to talk about all the religious festivals that we have in Malaysia. We have 4. We have Chinese New Year, we have Eid, we have Christmas, and we have Deepavali. So those days when I was young, about 40 years ago, used to go to any house in our kampong. We all lived together in harmony. I could go in and I could eat all the indigenous foods there. There was no same foods in all these 4 different kinds of festivals. You go to the Christians, they will give you devil curry, and who's the most spiciest devil curry, they'll be fighting among themselves, all these durations. You go to the Indians for Deepavali, they will give you chapati and tosa with lentil soup and probably chutneys for breakfast normally. You go to the Malay houses, you'll get rendang ketupat, satay, and probably some lemang as well. So it was very nice to attend. It's Chinese New Year, of course, we go there, we only get the platters. We get all the different kind of asam. What can I think of? That's about it. Not much on the food side. Maybe yam cake, something like that. But this was all very indigenous to their own community. And it was so fun. So, and that was, mind you, you can walk into anybody's house without being invited. But nowadays, you have to wait for an invite. So most likely you will not get any invite nowadays. But if you do, by some big reason, your neighbor or your colleague invites you, and you actually decide, I'm not going to the neighbor's house that invite me. I'm going to this side neighbor house who didn't invite me. I'm going to go there and press the doorbell and see what happens. So I'll just rush there with my kids and my wife to press the doorbell, and there'll be angelic silence. So you pick up your handphone and you call the other neighbor. Hey, where are you? It's Chinese New Year, Kongi Bachai. Where are you? I'm coming to visit you. And you know what? Hey, brother, I'm in Bali, holiday. Why you never tell me earlier? That kind of thing. So, moral of the story, don't walk in anybody's house uninvited. And you have neighbors left and right. Nobody calls you nowadays for anything. Not even those baskets, the neighbor will come to your house, Chinese neighbor will come and give a basket full of Chinese food. And the Indian neighbor will come to give a muruku and some, biscuits and all that. Nobody comes and gives that either. It's all just a total change now. And that's something my children will never, ever know when I tell them these stories. Well, with that, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're entertained. Back to you, our host.
Yeah, that was Narendra with culture of the festivals in Malaysia.
And my wife.
Yeah, and your wife.
Aki never gonna chase out from the house, man.
Oh shit. Okay, sorry, that was something just fell off my
Sorry.
desk, but it's okay. Yeah, Yeah. So,
And who's the last one?
who's the last one? So now we're down to one more performer. She's the closer for this evening show. And you know what? There was a joke. There was like a joke that if someone wants to go to KL, you have to bring lots of bread. And you're like, why? Because KL has plenty of jabs. By now the narrative, we should, like how times have changed, we should also change the joke, okay? Because this person is from a place that has taken over the joke. So when I say, hey, come to Penang, I need to buy and bring lots of bread to Penang because Penang has plenty of jam. Which is why she is at home doing stand-up comedy instead of going out. Because she's in Penang. Give it up for our closer, Cheryl.
Yeah, thank you, Diana.
Cheryl,
You still haven't. What? Somebody said something?
Anti-flow.
Oh, okay. Diana, I'm still waiting to see what pajama pants you're wearing. That's a running joke between us. But anyway, Diana, you're right. There's plenty of jam in Penang right now. And you know what the biggest joke is? None of the people on the road are from Penang. They're the tourists. So I cannot wait for Chinese New Year to be over and the tourists leave my private little island again and we get the roads back to ourselves. Yeah. So, hello everybody, happy Chinese New Year, and hello to where are all my single dogs out there, yo. So, yeah, being a perpetual single dog, every time I go visiting during Chinese New Year, then of course my married relatives will be handing me the ang pao, begrudgingly, always asking me, when are you going to stop coming to take ang pao from me? And my question to them will be, then yo man, why do you keep giving them to me? You can always not give. I don't really care. Like like if you want to discreetly advertise to people that how stingy, what a miserly Scrooge you are. Well, you don't have to not give ang pao. The amount in your ang pao basically advertise it. Like I cannot even buy one lunch with that measly amount of money that you give me. So yeah, it's okay. Don't need to give me next year. Yeah. Well, I think one of the things that we can relate to every time we go to visit our relatives is, of course, those kipochi aunties will come and say, hey, girl, are you married already? Or boy, are you got a girlfriend already? Right, typical things like, what does me getting attached or finally getting married have to do with you, bitch? I think you're kind of waiting for that. What they call it, the matchmaking fee. Like, I don't know what it's like in other cultures, but in Chinese culture, if you successfully matchmake a couple, then you get a really huge ang pao from the deal. Yeah, marriage is a business transaction here with us. At the time when they come and push a guy on your lap, literally, not kidding, it's good to know somebody from a few industries that I discovered. Unit trust, insurance, or MLM. to say, hey, you want to buy insurance? Come on, hey, you know, your parents are so old already. Anything happened to you, at least they have a compensation, right? Hey, I see you probably been eating too much, right? Even before the festive season start. You know, try Herbalife, very effective, you know, and see them running out the door. You know, those aunties, when they come and introduce their potential matches for you, like, I think I kind of learned a little bit on the lingo about what they actually mean when they say certain stuff, like kind of hard sell the guys to you. Like, for instance, Barry loves his mother very much. Like, the one confirmed mama's boy, okay, loves his mother very much. You date this guy, you never get a word edged in from his mom. You need everything that you need, his mom's approval, including what position you use on your wedding night. Because, you know, I don't want a grandson as soon as possible, you know. But you know what? If mommy dearest approaches you herself personally, then hey, you are lucky because that means she already gave you the seal of approval. That is until she finds out about things about you that your mom didn't tell her. So, you know, usually you do realize, right, the reason why you get under her radar is because your mom had sell you in front of her. So, yeah, thanks a lot, mom, you traitor. Now, how about this? Now, there was this time when my office colleagues were hard selling this guy to me. It's like, oh, he's really good with money. He invests his salary and he's always very frugal. And his account every month is always ends up in surplus. Well, the question that I have for them is, how much is that money is for me to spend? I can tell it's probably not a lot. You know, I can go tell him that, you know, I like to have my Gucci on. I like to have my Louis Vuitton. And when I ask for the cash, no. What's the ROI? That's right. It's all about the ROI. What's the investment and what's it worth? No. His money is not for you to spend. Sorry, girl. And yeah, here's an interesting one. He has his own house already.
Wow.
Oh, that's nice. But, well, you might want to do a little bit of research as well to find out where his parents live. Because for all you know, they're just next door.
Damn.
Yeah, you know, buy one, free one, ma. We buy one here, our boys stay next door, lor. You never have the world on your own. You're always going to have this spotlight following you everywhere in the form of his mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how about this one? Loves his mom, always goes shopping with her and all that. Wow, he's well trained. He'll carry your packages with you when you go shopping. He wouldn't go hang out at the space in the mall. And you know, there's always that one corner in the mall for abandoned husbands. You all know that, right? That place where grumpy men go sit around, not talking to each other, waiting for their wives to finish shopping. There's always that one corner there. Well, he'll never go there. He'll always be with you, carrying your stuff. But the thing is, he'll follow you to buy your groceries, your cleaning detergents, your food and whatnot, but he'll never go with you to buy your Louis Vuitton and Versace or whatever because he doesn't know where they are. Shop in that kind of places. So yeah, so this is a little bit something for you girls to think about, yeah? Now, our very premier feng shui master, Dr. Joey Yap, says that, you know, this is my year. We're rabbits. It's my year this year. It's a very good year and a very good time for people who are rabbits to ask for promotion. And so I did. Before Chinese New Year, I walked into my boss office and said, hey, you know, I've been juggling a lot for you. I've been working really hard for you, right? Don't you think it's about time you give me a promotion? Well, her reply, I haven't received it yet because she started laughing and she hasn't stopped laughing yet. So I don't know what her reply is. So if the answer is no, then at least I know I have a future in comedy, don't I? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is my time, and I pass the floor now back to Diana. And I'm waiting
That
to see your
was
hands.
our closer, Cheryl from Penang. Yeah, you want to see my pajama pants?
Come lah, you're always wearing the one.
Can see you guys can see
Hey, what's that? Flowers? Ooh.
My sister, thank you. My brother and my sister-in-law got it for me at Terengganu. Hang on, yeah,